we can look at the effects that immigration has in the United States, we need to look at the laws concerning immigration. The most recent change to these laws has been the addition of the DREAM Act.
That's what gave rise to the DREAM Act. It says that if your parents brought you here as a child, you've been here for 5 years, and you're willing to go to college or serve in our military, you can one day earn your citizenship.
My name is Columbus, and I'm Congressman Fitzpatrick's Chief of Staff. The challenge is that when people are coming here illegally, they aren't playing by the rules, and it sets a very bad message to the American people that you can get away with breaking the rules.
The first immigration law was passed in 1875. This law was meant to exclude women and undesirables from entering the United States. Over the past 130 years, these laws have changed drastically. Immigration laws now encourage our doors to be open, allowing immigrants to come to the United States and share their new ideas and knowledge.
Some positive examples of having immigrants in the United States are that they provide good workforce. I'm here to talk to you about the effect that immigrants have on the workforce in America. 4.9% of the United States workforce is made up of illegal immigrants. About 2/3 of the illegal immigrants in the United States work. Agriculture, transportation, and construction are occupied by most of the illegal immigrants. If you notice, these are all jobs that Americans feel that they are too good for and do not have these jobs. This is how immigration can help America through good workforce.
Parents fill out their tax forms, it's going to ask for their social security number or their tax ID number. So someone who's here without papers can apply through the IRS for a tax ID number. The IRS will not report them to
There
ICE.
is an impact on taxes due to the amount of illegal immigrants. It actually is due to a loophole, and it's something that Congressman Fitzpatrick wrote to Treasury Secretary Geithner about in the middle of last year. Illegal and undocumented workers have been taking advantage of a tax loophole known as in particular, was a child tax credit that many undocumented workers were taking advantage of. They were claiming the credit even though they were not citizens, and it cost taxpayers $4.2 billion alone last year. Congressman Fitzpatrick felt very strongly that that was an inappropriate use of that loophole, and he asked Secretary Geithner to do whatever he could to close it. Let me give you a concrete example of how the child tax credit was abused. By claiming that tax credit, it ended up costing Medicaid about $2.5 billion, additional treatment for the uninsured $2.2 billion, and food assistance program for $1.9 billion.
I can tell you that we think we have roughly 500,000 undocumented. They have a very low crime rate because they don't want to go near the INS. They pay taxes. 75% of them pay taxes.
Deborah Hansa touched on a key point of how illegal immigration helped America. When illegal immigrants are in the country paying taxes, this helps Social Security. Each year, it is estimated that Social Security gains an annual net pay of about $160 billion each year just from illegal immigrants. If these immigrants weren't paying for taxes, then the government would raise taxes and the retirement age for Americans. States such as Arizona, Virginia, and Texas are publishing bills and local ordinances to force illegal immigrants out of the country. But really, these bills are just hurting the United States. The same bills are also making it hard for illegal immigrants to get jobs, rent apartments, and send their children to college. But I question if the government really knows what they are doing. Illegal immigrants will help Social Security in the long run, so the bills that are being passed are not helping.
The education crackdown is particularly senseless and unconstitutional. In 1982, the Supreme Court found that all children living in the United States have the right to a public education, whatever their immigration status. Justice's reasoning was shaped not by compassion, but by practicality. It does the country no good to maintain an uneducated underclass.
Immigration is a great thing for America, and it's what America was built upon. However, undocumented and illegal workers coming to America and participating in the public education system poses a big challenge. First and foremost, those children deserve to be educated, and they should be educated in some fashion. However, it is estimated by one group, the Federation for American Immigration Reform, that the cost of unauthorized aliens on K through 12 education is about $41 billion.
Even though there are upsides to immigration, most discussions are about the negative effects that immigration has on the United States. There are 11 million undocumented immigrants in the United States today. Many immigrants come to the United States hoping to find jobs. Overall, they receive higher pay and better hours in order to support their families. If we were to reduce the immigrants working in the United States, it would create up to 14 million new jobs for Americans. This would drop our unemployment rate drastically. Even though these immigrants work hard for their money, they are taking jobs and money away from American citizens.
The immigrants are putting the United States in a larger hole with the national debt. A lot of the immigrants are illegal, putting a warrant on their chest. 12.9% of the American population is foreign-born. They are sometimes brought here undocumented. It is estimated that there are 297,000 illegal immigrants in local and federal prisons. On average, it costs $1.6 billion annually to keep immigrants in prisons. Over a 2.5-year span, almost 159,000 immigrants were arrested and then released. Then 1/6 of these immigrants were arrested again for another crime. Overall, the immigrants put a larger debt in the United
Tighter
States.
immigration laws might have an impact on drug trafficking from Mexico. Congressman Fitzpatrick voted in 2006 to fund a wall and a fence that separates Mexico and the United States. Unfortunately, a lot of that wall still is not completed, and the congressman feels strongly that that wall needs to be built, and building a wall is going to be the best way to limit trafficking.
Illegal immigration brings a large number of criminals into the U.S. Their first crime is when they illegally cross the border into America. Border Patrol has confiscated 2.2 million kilograms of cocaine and 11.6 kilograms of marijuana, which were smuggled into the U.S. via the Mexican border. Out of the small 5.4% of the population, illegal Hispanics account for 46% of drug trafficking arrests. Crime is one of the major reasons that immigration is very controversial throughout the U.S.
That what we need are fair and enforceable immigration laws that will stem the flow of illegal immigration while strengthening legal immigration.
Overall, immigrants affect the United States both positively and negatively. Immigrants add to our workforce and put a positive crater in Social Security. Without immigrants, there will be no one to tackle the jobs that Americans don't want to do. Immigrants also bring new ideas and knowledge to our society. On the other hand, areas with a large concentration of immigrants have a significantly higher crime rate. Also, stricter immigration laws in regards to drug trafficking could cut down on the amount of drugs in the United States currently. There is no way to have one set of immigration laws for all immigrants. This is a topic that will continue to draw debate well into the future.
Immigration will have an even larger impact in the United States than it does today, and it's because of what our future economy is going to need to look like. Currently, it's expected that 20 years from now, we will only have about half of the engineers that we need to move our country forward. We've got to find how we're going to get those engineers, so we're going to find a lot of them through those who either emigrate to the United States to get educated, or people who already have these degrees and are immigrating to the United States. It is critical that we